everybody, Scott Motter 26 back again for another review tonight. I'm doing a continuation of my series of reviews for pepperlover.com, and tonight I'll be doing the Black Naga. Now, this is a very big Naga. I have not seen too many Nagas that are this large. Very big pod. Feels like it's got pretty thin walls to it, but it's very good looking pepper right there. So yeah, doing this one tonight. After this one, I've only got 2 more peppers left to go. So yeah. Let me pop the stem off of this one. Not too aromatic. A little bit. Definitely that chinense floral smell to it. You guys have a look on the inside. That's what we're working with. I know. It's typical Naga, where you got the ribbon goes down the center of the pod. Fair amount of placenta on both sides there. Not a huge amount, but decent amount. So yeah, that's what we're working with. Never had a black Naga before, so this ought to be a treat. Judy has warned me that they can be bitter. So if this tastes like a douglas, I will not be happy. But we'll find out, I guess, right? So yeah, cat hair on the bottom of it. Nice. Daggone cats. Alright, well, I guess I get to stuff this whole thing in my mouth, huh? Sorry, trying to clear my teeth. It was a big pod, so a lot to clear out. Alright, well, good news is that was not bitter. Quite a bit floral, a bit sweet, but not not bitter, so that's a plus. It didn't taste like a typical Naga. It wasn't extremely floral, or it had a bit of earthiness that you kind of expect out of some of the brown pods, but not bitter. It was a pretty decent flavor, not too bad. The heat right now is localized on the back of my throat. Salivary glands a little bit, tip of my tongue, and my bottom lip. That's where we got the heat so far. It's a decent amount of heat. It's already got a decent heat to it thus far. So we'll see where it takes me. Judy says the plants for these are large plants and they're very productive. So plants for these would put out a lot of pods, and I do believe she may have this one on her site already to grow. So this would, yeah, it would put out a lot of pods for you. So I think almost any time you get a productive plant, that's almost a no-brainer to grow, regardless of the flavor of the pepper, to a certain extent. This one's actually making me hot. Got sweat forming on my forehead there. Not exactly the strongest burn I've ever encountered, but it is definitely making me flushed and getting me hot. The throat burn is starting to intensify a little bit more, getting a lot stronger than it was before. This one, in my mouth, it's burning. On my throat, I'm getting that needle quality. where I feel like I'm just getting stuck with a bunch of needles. The throat burn's getting pretty strong, I will admit. It's getting up there. Kind of hurting for me to breathe right now. Hurts to talk. Man, I still got so many seeds stuck in my teeth. It's crazy. Starting to get a little nose run. Eyes aren't too watery yet. So far, I'd say this is it's a pretty good burn. It's pretty strong. It's stronger than I expect out of a Naga. I think it's a little bit higher than I expect out of most Nagas. Now, some of them can push the envelope a little bit, but it's not really typical for them to push it that hard. And then this one's pushing the envelope. It really is. It's got a good heat to it. Very strong burn going on. And very stingy. I prefer the heat burn over the stingy burn. I guess you can call it a stingy burn. I don't know. I prefer it when it feels hot to me versus stabbing. So this one has got the stabbing feeling in my throat. Let's see. I think we've leveled off. Leveled off in the mouth and the throat, but the stomach burn is starting to come up a little bit. Not too bad though. Just enough that I know I've got a little warmth in my stomach. Overall, I'd say this is a very, very, very good pepper. If I didn't already have my grow list set for next year, I'd probably want to grow this one out. Very productive plant, supposedly. That's as Judy says, and I'll take Judy at her word. But very productive plant. Hang on, yeah, I blow my nose. Anyway, very productive plant. Good, decent tasting pod. Not the best I've ever had, but it's a decent tasting pod, and it has a pretty high heat to it. Excuse me. Higher than your typical Nagas would normally put out. So yeah, very, very good pepper. I enjoyed this, Judy. So yeah, after this one, I now have two more to do. I've got the peach boot jalokia and the peach fatale. So those ought to be some pretty interesting pods. I've had peach boots before, and they're very tasty pods. The peach boot that Judy sent me, she said it came from Chris Phillips. In the review of that one, I'll give you a little bit more information about Chris, but suffices to say Chris is a very, very talented grower. So I'll give you more information about Chris and the actual review of the peach boot. But yeah, Judy got that type of pod from Chris. So yeah, heat's gone down. It's not. Let's say we're about 75% of where we were. A decent tasting pod. It would be really good for. I think you could put that in sauces, all right. If you wanted to eat that fresh in like your food or whatnot, the heat wouldn't be too bad, but it may interfere a little bit with the flavors of your food. So you want to make sure whatever you pair it with probably has a good strong flavor to begin with, just so this won't overpower the flavor of your dish. But powders, sauces, I don't see any reason why this couldn't be a primary flavoring ingredient. But yeah, very good. And so I will be on, I guess, tomorrow night again. I'm not sure which one I want to do next, so it'll be a mystery for you guys. So I'll leave you in suspense for then. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I'll see you later. Thanks.